We have already covered the sections in past videos. Uh, so we are dealing with the chapter number 4, that is related to abatement of criminal conspiracy. Okay, and I think that is a mischief. So yesterday we have completed the section number 40, that says about what is. So today we are going to start with section number 47, that is abatement in India of offences outside India. A person abates an offence within the meaning of this Sanhita, who in India abates the commission of any act without and beyond India which would constitute an offence if committed in India. Illustration is there: A in India instigates B, a foreigner in country X, to commit a murder in that country. A is guilty of abating murder. So this section simply saying that if any person who is abating any offense, the person is in India and abating any offense outside the country in other country, so then also he will be liable for the offense of abating that offense. You understand or not? It is very simple. Say that if some act that were a crime in India and some person will abet, some person is abating that crime outside India and beyond India, he will be liable for the punishment for the same offense for abating that offense. Okay, simple. Abatement outside India for offense in India, it is a simply opposite of the previous section that talks about that any abatement from the outside of India, if some person is sitting in Europe, Africa, America, Australia, and he is abating any offense, or person who is in India some offense in India, then he will be liable to be punishment for the offense of punishment for abating that offense. 40 section number 48 read as, a person abates an offense within the meaning of this Sanhita without and beyond India abates the commission of any act in India which would constitute an offense if committed inside India. So what I am telling that the previous section talks about any person in India, sitting in India, abating an offense outside India, then he will be liable for that offense. And this section talks about any person sitting outside the India, abating any offense in India, influencing any person in India to do offense or crime, he will be punished or punished for this abating that offense. Illustration, let's see illustration. A in country X instigate B to commit a murder in India. A is guilty of abating murder. So it is very clear, you know. Section number 49 we will study. Punishment of abatement if an act abated is committed in consequences and where no express provision is made for its punishment. So this section talks about what punishment is given to that abater of that where there is no explicit punishment was given in the is Sanhita or other act. Basically, what happened recently, an Supreme Court judge, I, I simply said that he went to some NLU and he said that basically some person he talks about many things, but highlight of that speech of the Supreme Court judge is that the courts were trying not giving bail to some person who is eating chicken on Ganga river. You may heard about it was in a news that few Muslims on their some religion or they are fasting, so they have to break that fast, so they eat. So what these persons have done that they went to the Ganga river or religious river, went to the river, they booked a boat, and on board they bring some kitchen, I mean chicken, not kitchen. They bring chicken and other stuff, non-vegetarian stuff, and they break their fast on Ganga river. So he is saying that courts were not giving these young children bail for three months, and there is no law regarding the punishment. There is no law prohibiting eating chicken on Ganga river. But basically, he is a Supreme Court judge. But I just wanted to say that if in BNS, in IPC, there is, if someone says that eating chicken is in temple, so he if someone eats chicken in temple, he should not be punished. The- then the courts will say that there is no law punishing the eating chicken in temple or religious place. But I just wanted to say that there is nothing this, whatever it was going on in his mind. But just whenever you have studied interpretation in your college, in your law school, basically in IBC, in BNS, there is offenses related to the religion. Okay, so that will come into the purview of that section, so that part of the of punish offenses related to religion. Why not? If somebody say there is no law for punishing the person for the eating chicken into temple, why not? There is a law. You just need to, why, you just need to understand the definition of sections. You just scope of that section. When we say theft, so it is not like if you do theft into the house, then it is a theft. It is offense theft. If you do into temple, it will not amount as theft. Then what is your logic? I do not understand his logic beyond for that statement. But it is very wrong stating that the person, there is no law prohibiting or punishing the eating chicken on some religious river. In India, every person knows the value of what is we offer to the Gangama. It is not just a river. Okay, so you know how important or what is the status the river, the Ganga river is holding in the our culture or religion. So these type of statements to curb to get the attention, whatever is thinking mentality is. But I, when you are holding such a high rank position, you should not do or give that kind of statement that eating chicken on Ganga river is, there is no law punishing eating chicken on Ganga river. Why? There are various laws and various law sections, offenses that were defined in the IPC, and it comes under the offense against the religion. But of course, these peoples are like that. So let's see the section number 49. Punishment of abatement if act abatage is committed in consequence when, so it is simply, if in what is the punishment was to given for the abatement of an offense, an offense has been committed and there is no express provision punishment. So it is simply said that whoever abate any offense shall, if the act abated is committed in consequence of the abatement, and no express provision made by this scienter for the punishment of such abatement, be punished with the punishment provided for the offense. Explanation: an act or offense is said to be committed in consequences of abatement when it is committed in consequences the instigation or in pursuance of the conspiracy or with the aid which constitute the abatement. Illustration is: first, A instigate B to give false evidence. B, in consequences of the instigation, commits that offense. A is guilty of abetting that offense and A is liable to the same punishment as B. So here is saying that there is a no express punishment for that offense, abatement. So first example is saying that he will be punished equally. uh, Clause second, A and B conspire to poison Z. A, in pursuance of the conspiracy, procures the poison and delivers it to B in order that he may administer it to Z. B, in pursuance of that conspiracy, administers the poison to Z in A's absence and thereby causes Z's death. Here B is guilty of murder. A is guilty of abetting that offense by conspiracy and is liable to the punishment for murder. So this section is saying that if there is no uh, provision, he should be punished with the same amount of punishment. So it is very important to understand what the people are saying, what the scope of this Sanhita, what the objective of this section, what the essentials of these sections. So coming out that you are giving some statements. So it is very, whenever high rank people gives this kind of statement, it will be not good for constitution. But after all, any position, any person, it is the person who is sitting on that position. So whenever the judges, you know why there is a saying that if you have, you know the lawyer, but my lawyer knows the judge. I mean, it is like that. If your lawyer knows the law, my lawyer knows the judge. This thing is the statement literally is not showing that knowing personally, but it is knowing the judge, what his character, what his thinking means, understanding what he thinks, how it thinks, what ideology believe in. So it is very important to understand such whenever you are presenting or appearing before the. So it is like that. So for today it is just till 49 sections. We will continue this.